Hi beautiful people. So I found a blog today titled 100 Tips for a Better Life by Connor Barnes. I found it through a newsletter by Sahil Blum and I found this blog to be very interesting. I have a keen eye and I'm very interested in quotes and one-line tips, etc. So let's get into it. So the first one here is, if you want to find out about people's opinion on a product, Google with this quote in it, Reddit. You'll get real people arguing as compared to SEO Google results. So to be honest over here, I use this trick myself, but I didn't know about this sign over here. I don't know what it's called, the straight line. I don't use it with this line. So I'll try using it with this. And to be honest, like Reddit has more real reviews than any other place because people are, open over there because it's anonymous most of the time and people are open to giving back real feedback, etc. And I find real problems being mentioned over there rather than just Google. So yeah, I would agree with this first one. Some banks charge you $20 a month for an account, others charge you $0. If you're with one of the former, you have a good explanation for what those $20 are buying. Yeah, I mean $20, it comes to around what, $240 per year. I wouldn't bother too much with this because it depends from person to person, I would say. So if you are somebody whom $20 a month is a lot, then yes, do make a point about finding out what it is. If it's not worth your time, maybe this $20 is not worth spending the time, because generally the banks make it very difficult for you to cancel this out. Probably it's not a good thing, but in most cases, yeah, I would agree over here, just to look into what's going on over there and try to close that account or change your bank. Things you use for a significant fraction of your life, bed, office chair, are worth investing. I would totally agree with this. So this is my philosophy as well. So whenever I'm making a new purchase, so I make it a point to understand how much am I going to use this? What part of my life depends on this? How much time is it spent? So bed, it's a no negotiation for me. So I need to get the best bed, etc. Even my chair I have right now, it's a really good quality chair and it feels very comfortable. So I totally agree with the author over here. Another thing is the sofa in our living room, and even that should be something worth investing in. Getting to number 4, where is the good knife? If you're looking for your good X, you have bad X's, throw those out. Yes, I would agree with this. Yeah, like in the kitchen especially, like where is the good pan? Yeah, I do that. Where is the good spatula that I like? So if I have a good spatula, it is a good point to throw out the old ones. And we do make this as a habit. So my wife is very particular about the pans we use because it's something that we use every day for our baby as well, and we make sure that it is clean and good. And I hope we never get into a situation where we are looking for the good X, like where is my good water bottle? Yeah, if we're looking for a good water bottle, means there is a bad water bottle and we need to get rid of those. If your work is done on a computer, get a second monitor. Less time navigating between windows means more time thinking. So at my work, I do this. So my laptop is connected to the desktop at home or at office, and I use both the screens for different purposes. Thinking about this, yes, I agree with the author saying 2 monitors does. I mean, it does come with the cost of setting it up and the second monitor that you have to invest in. Yeah, I do agree to some extent, not all the way. Getting a second monitor does ease your workflow. There are different tabs that I generally work on. Suppose at my work itself, if there is some analysis and that's some simple report I want to produce based on the analysis, I keep going back and forth a lot between the two. So it's ideal to have 2 monitors to do these things. Suppose I'm editing a video, so there's the editor itself and then the files that I need to get it from, or I need to do some research on the website, or I need to get some assets on the website. So it does help to have 2 monitors. So if it's possible, then do get it. But for most people, I think it'll be difficult because we work on a laptop and it might not be ideal to always have a monitor. Number 6, establish clear rules about when to throw out old junk. Once clear rules are established, junk will probably cease to be a problem. This is because any rule would be superior to our implicit rules. Keep this broken stereo for 5 in case happenings. Yes, I partly agree with this. So even I am guilty of this, like collecting junk in the house, in hopes of I might use it at some day, 5 years down the line or something like that. But coming up with the rule would be difficult, especially when I live with somebody else, like with my wife. It might not be simple to come up with a rule. So something to think about, like what the rule could be. The simplest one could be, if I haven't used this for the last 1 year, maybe it's better to throw it out. So that could be the simplest rule. Let's move on. Coming to the seventh one, don't buy CDs for people. They have Spotify, buy them merch from the band they like. It's more personal and the band gets more money. I can't relate to this because I generally don't buy CDs for people or anything. So I don't think I can relate to this. Let's move on. When buying things, time and money trade off against each other. If you're low on money, take more time to find deals. If you're low on time, stop looking for great deals and just buy things quickly online. I would agree with this. So, because I've been in both the positions where I have more time but not enough money, and I have less time but more money. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm the super rich guy. I'm just medium class. But yes, I would agree to this. This ties back to the previous one as well about the bank and stuff. So if it's not worth your time, I mean, generally it is with the bank stuff because they're just charging you for no reason most of the times. But in terms of other things, looking for deals, what's the better option, etc. If you're saving 2% here and 5% there, probably not worth your time. Like, I mean, I always try to do this whenever I'm thinking about saving money somewhere. It's not just saving money. Generally, it comes at the cost of time. That's the general trade-off. Most of the times, at least. Yes, I would agree with this one. So better to gauge your time and money. When you're in college, for example, you have a lot of time but not enough money. But when you're working, generally you have not a lot of money, you have good money, enough money, hopefully, and not a lot of time. So yeah, so there's a subsection for cooking. Steeping minutes. Green at 3, black at 4, herbal at 5, good taste. And what is the meaning of steeping? I guess it's the amount of time. Yeah, that's what it is. In water, other liquids to extract the flavor or to soften it. Yes, yeah. So how long to keep the tea bag in it? Okay, that's good advice. I didn't know that. But I don't know if I agree with this or not, because I'm not good with my tea timings. I prepare it differently. So let's move on. Food actually can be both cheap, healthy, tasty, and relatively quick to prepare. It all requires a few hours one day to prepare meals for the week. I don't fully agree with this. Especially the last part, it all requires a few hours one day to prepare the meals for the week. I generally like food that is prepared on the day or the day before. I'm not a big chef or something like that. It's just, okay, I'm not sure about this one. Maybe we'll move to the next one. Cooking pollutes the air. Open windows for a few minutes after cooking can dramatically improve the air quality. I think we should start doing this more because actually we use the exhaust fan in the kitchen, the kitchen exhaust. So probably that takes care of this. So, and whenever I smell heavy cooking, especially the Indian cooking, whenever I smell some heavy aroma, I try to go and switch on the exhaust, because in the Dubai weather, especially in the summer right now, if I open the windows, it's going to be 30 degrees in the room and yeah, quite unbearable. So the exhaust works well over here for us. Food taste can be made much more exciting through simple seasoning. It's also an opportunity for expression. Buy a few herbs and spices and experiment away. Again, cooking, I don't relate it to a lot because I'm not much big on food. So let's move on. When Googling a recipe, proceed it with best. You'll find better recipes. I hope it's true. Yeah, because to confirm this, I'll have to do the whole Googling and then cooking. Yeah. Maybe one of you can find out and comment on the video. So those were a lot of points. So if you made it this far, a like to the video and a subscribe to the channel would be very helpful. We can continue. Productivity. Yeah, this is something I relate to a lot. So let's see what we have over here. Advanced search features are a fast way to create tighter search statements. For example, IMG HTML will return inferior results to IMG HTML-W3. Okay, I didn't know about -W3. What does this -W3 do? Let me just... What is -W3 mean? Okay, let me log this. To the first one is like a Russian site. Can you just do that? Okay, I don't know what this means. Okay, I can't relate to this one, but I do agree. Maybe not this one, but there are other keywords where you can exclude keywords, where you can put things in quotes so that is included, and so on and so forth. So I do agree with this one. So learning advanced search features does help. You can automate mundane computer tasks with auto hotkey. if you keep doing a sequence so simple, a computer can do it, can make a computer do it. Okay, I do use hotkeys, but I have not heard of auto hotkey, so I'm not sure what this is actually. It's a scripting thing. So I'm big on automating things, but I'm not sure what auto hotkey can do exactly and how I can add it to my workflow. Maybe I'll check it and come back to you on that. Yeah, in a future video. So let's move on. Learn keyboard shortcuts. They're easy to learn, and yes, this is for sure. So everybody knows the copy paste. Yeah, Control V or Command V and paste. I mean, there are so many shortcuts. Like if you're working on Excel, for example, or Google Docs, there are so many shortcuts to make your life much simpler, or any other software that you work on. If you learn the shortcuts, it's much easier to navigate things. So in Google, for example, in Chrome, so you have your standard back and forward, all these things. So this went back and move forward again. So you have those things. Yes, so these do make work much easier, and they save a lot of time. I've noticed it saves much more time than the time required to do the task itself, because you don't lose the chain of thought that you're in. It's very quick. So I do recommend, if anybody, to do this. Number 17, done is better than perfect. Not always, but yes, I do agree. In most cases, doing something is better than trying to make it perfect. Because generally what happens is, when I'm talking about personal experience, when I try to make things perfect, it takes much longer and the work, maybe is not completed at all. So just getting it over with is much better than trying to make it as perfect as possible. Okay, number 18, keep your desk and workspace bare. Treat every object as an imposition upon your attention, because it is. A workplace is not a place for storing things, it is a place for accomplishing things. Completely agree with this. I try and I want to keep my workplace as clean as possible. So in my desk, when it starts getting cluttered with some random paper, with some random things, I don't know, things just start piling up, and I feel like I'm distracted a lot when that happens than when it's clean and simple, because there is less distraction. So I completely agree with this. So try and keep your desk as simple and clean as possible. Number 19, reward yourself after completing challenges, even badly. I guess so. So I think what the author is going for here is, we should have a positive correlation with completing challenges. So that's what the author is going for over here. It does make sense. What I would slightly disagree with over here is not rewarding with the negative aspect. So let me give you an example. So going to the gym is a good thing, and it's a challenge. Yeah, I mean, for many people it is, not for all. And completing it doesn't mean you go and have an ice cream sundae, as a reward, because that just defeats the purpose. So the reward should not be a detriment to the challenge itself. So that's what I would put as a caveat over here. But in the general sense, yes, it does help. Coming to body, the 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes of screen work, look at a spot 20 feet away for 20 seconds. This will reduce eye strain and is easy to remember. Yeah, this is true. So if you guys didn't know, my dad has an optical shop, so we run an optical shop, and eye care is very crucial, and this 20-20 rule does apply. So if you're looking at a screen, I mean, in the modern day, it's not just the screen, it's the phone as well. Like, you look at it, from such a distance, it's even worse right now. So just having a look far away for just 20 seconds does help. It has been proven. I've read this advice in other places as well. Exercise, weightlifting, not only creates muscle mass, it also improves skeletal structure, lift. I completely agree with this. I mean, I don't know about the biology aspect, but exercise in general, weightlifting, does help. I've noticed whenever I am in the routine of weightlifting, my mood is better, I feel better physically as well. Yeah, that's a reminder for me to get started on it. Okay, let's move to the next one. Exercise is the most important lifestyle intervention you can do. Even the bare minimum, 15 minutes a week, is a huge impact. Start small. Yeah, I agree with this wholeheartedly. And the last part especially, starting small, because just starting with the 45-minute work routine every day of the week or 5 days a week or whatever is very difficult to do for many people. So starting very small. So what I do is do a very short yoga routine every morning, and that has helped me tremendously. And I'm planning to take it up a notch by going to weightlifting. Yeah, so I agree with this point wholeheartedly. Number 23, okay, it comes with the Disclaimer, this is not medical advice. Don't waste money on multivitamins. They don't work. Vitamin D supplementation does seem to work, which is important because the deficiency is common. I don't know. Since it comes with disclaimer, I don't wanna, agree with the author, nor disagree, because I'm not an expert myself, so I don't know if it works or if it doesn't work. From personal experience, there seems to be a placebo at least whenever I take multivitamins, so that does seem to work. So yeah, let's get to number 24. Phones have gotten heavier in the last decade. They're actually pretty hard on your wrists. Use a computer when it's an alternative, or try to at least prop up your phone. Okay, this is the first time I've heard this. Phones are getting heavier and then it's hard on your wrists. Maybe a little bit more research is required over here before I agree or disagree with the author, but I can get behind the sentiment at least, because it's not, we have not always been having, picking up things and holding it for a long period of time. So maybe it is. I would do more research before agreeing or disagreeing with the point. The video is getting too long, so I've decided to split it into several parts. See you in the next one.